Morning. This is Dr. Jonathan Lazar. This is Daily Dose with Dr. Lazar. And I want to talk today about whether or not there's a link between gratitude and happiness. In doing some of Henry Cloud's work, there are three specific connections if we want to be happier. We can't be lazy about it for sure. We have to pursue it, just like we have to pursue being physically healthy or financially healthy or spiritually healthy. If happiness is important to you, and I think it is to everybody, then there are some key factors that we need to keep in mind. Three of those I'm going to talk about today. Um, First of all, anytime there's been a major turnaround in my life, it's involved a change in my thinking. Grant Cardone says your thoughts and actions to this point have led you exactly to where you are, and the thought is if our thoughts lead to emotions, emotions lead to actions, and then those actions will reinforce our thoughts. And so it really starts with our beliefs and our thoughts, which sounds a little esoteric, like we might just want a lifeline and need some help with something. But the truth is, if we are able to change the way we're thinking about a situation, it can have a huge effect. So a story I would give is if I wanted to have a date night at home with Carrie, and we had arranged for our kids to go stay with their grandparents, and I hired a string quartet to come play, and I hired Chef Sheldon to come make dinner for us, and I had everything perfectly planned out, and then it started raining. I can't do anything about the rain. The only thing I can do is think about the outcome I want. I want to date with Carrie. I want to have a great time. I want to show her how important she is. And so if that's the outcome I want, then my reaction is the only thing I can control. So if it starts raining and I think, oh my gosh, nothing good ever happens to me, I can't believe this, this is why I don't plan anything, then it's going to lead to an outcome I don't want. It's going to lead to an evening that's not fun. It's not going to show her how important she is to me. But if I change my thinking and I think, you know what, I know what I'll do, and I move the cars out of the garage and I string up some of those lights in the garage and move the string quartet into the garage, and we eat in the garage and we can hear the rain fall and we dance to the live music with the rain coming down. It's totally different than how I planned it. I wanted it on the deck and see the sunshine and the sunset. It didn't work out that way. We couldn't control that. But if we're in the garage and we're dancing and the rain is coming down, maybe it's even better, because maybe Carrie sees, man, look at him. He can adapt and roll with the punches and things. If that's the case, then the outcome is still a really special evening. And so how we think about situations will determine oftentimes those outcomes. And even if we're wrong about it, even if we can't determine those outcomes, it's still much better to be thinking positively about it. I have a lot of work to do on that one, but I can tell you the times that I've done that, it's made a huge difference in my level of happiness. The second thing is we have to practice gratitude. The other day I was riding with my son Noah in the car, and I was apologizing to him for how busy stuff had been and how he might feel like he's not getting enough time socially. And he grabbed my arm and said, Dad, last weekend we had a Super Bowl party. My friend Callahan came over this week. Yesterday we had friends over for game night. I get to see my friends at church today. So sometimes it is like that, but it's not like that right now. And what Noah was doing was focusing on what he has. And I've heard it said so many times, but it's a great reminder for me, and I hope it is for you also, that when we think about what we don't have, we'll never have enough. We will always find something we want more of, or wish we had more of, or we're comparing ourselves to others, and we wish that we had it. But when we think about what we do have, which is practicing gratitude and trusting God's level of provision for our life, then we can be content in that and grateful, and that leads to much higher happiness. And so that's the second thing. And the third thing is we have to be generous. We have to live generously. The Bible says it's more blessed to give than receive. And the times that we give without any strings attached, just generously give of ourselves. Society wants us to count the cost and know, well, that's really unreasonable. I had somebody just tell me this week, I don't do that tithing crap. I think that's BS. That I would give the church my money. I just give my money to other places. She's actually an extremely generous person. But I heard that and I thought, oh gosh, what God can do when we're generous to to him and his people is so much greater than what we could do on our own. Regardless, though, live generously. So change the way you're thinking. If you're looking to be happier, change the way you're thinking. Make sure that you're practicing gratitude. When you're in a funk, look immediately, train yourself, boom, like that. Look for 3 things you're extremely grateful for and feel that. Let that just boil inside you with how wonderful life is, and then also live generously. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Dr. Lazar. This has been Daily Dose with Dr. Lazar. If you like this, please like and share it. Also, leave any comments below and I'll answer those questions. And I'll be back here tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in.